What's going on, guys? Have a few minutes to kill. Want to show you what's in my pockets, and I have two more topics I want to talk about. So first of all, EDC today, my main knife is the SnG Lego version. Lego version again is that thicker, more blocky version. Love this knife. I think, to sum up the SnG real quick, I know there's people who don't like them. I happen to love them. I get asked all the time, are they worth it? And I've said this over and over again. I think initially when you find out, if this is your first high-end knife for $400 and you get the knife, it's kind of like, this isn't much different than the ZT I have. And, I really can't argue that. ZT and some of the other companies are an awesome value. But if you really want a Strider, I don't think that there's any substitute for this, except maybe some of those ProTech or Microtech automatic, the DOA, and then I don't know what that ProTech one. I think ProTech did a automatic SnG. Maybe I'm mistaken. But anyways, this design really works well, and I use these gloves a lot. So these work gloves, when you handle a lot of cardboard and stuff, I didn't used to, but I used to get paper cuts on my hands all the time, and it just got annoying. So it works great with these thicker rubber gloves here. You can manipulate it, and a lot of knives do. It's not like it's exclusive to this knife, but I really enjoy using this one for my work knife. It's just a great EDC all around, but I like knowing that I can do some light to medium prying if I have to with it. It's light in my pocket. It's got a great grip, great ergonomics. You guys already know. I mean, most of you guys have tried out the SnG. It cuts great. I think it's a great compromise between a tough, overbuilt knife and a knife that is actually still a knife and will still cut stuff very well. That's the SnG, kind of showing you my blade center in there and how thick the blade is. It's not overly thick. You're not buying a pry bar, not in the SnG anyways. The SMF does get a little bit thicker blade stock, which is fine. I just happen to prefer the SnG. I like that it has, on paper, it doesn't make much sense. When I talk to my friend who is a huge fan of the Sebenza, I tell him it just doesn't make sense. Because this seems like everything that you wouldn't want. Way more handle than actual cutting edge. But just in use, I keep grabbing for the SnG, and I have for years and years. I like the fact that the blade's not overly large for the cutting edge, which means you have a lot of precise control, and yet you still have this much handle for leverage for whatever you're cutting. I do a lot of these reverse like pull cuts here, where the knife blade is kind of facing you and you pull through whatever you're pulling through. Usually I twist my wrist out, so if I cut through, still using the knife safely, but my thumb just rests right in that choil. And then most of the other times I'm up here in this front choil, or the blade is also wide enough, and with this little thumb disc here, or thumb cutout, I use it like this a lot too. It's actually surprising. 3 fingers here, and then I pinch the blade here, right? So my hands are well away from that edge, but the blade is broad enough for me to actually get this like pinch grip on. And then like if I was cutting a box or something, and you can actually see, maybe if this video is, you see all these marks in it here, and it's usually because my thumb is right there when I cut through whatever I'm cutting through, usually cardboard. You're not gonna be able to see it, I don't think. Anyways, most of you guys just believe me. You can see like right here where all my cutting's being done on that belly. See that? There you go. Using my front-facing camera, that way I can keep everything in frame for you guys. It's still, I think it says it's 720p or something. I don't know. YouTube downgrades the video anyway, so I don't think, personally, I hadn't seen much benefit from my channel between going through the front facing, especially for something like this. Anyways, a little rant. What else? Oh, here we go. So we got the SnG. I kind of went over why I like it so much. Here is the RUT. And I really wanted to update you guys on this tool. Hopefully, again, you can see all the use on my pry bar, and a lot of that anodization has been worn down to bare titanium because I've been prying a lot of things with it. I love this little tool. I still say it's really expensive for what it is. It still definitely rattles. I finally settled on how I like to carry it, and it's without a big bead. I know the big beads on there look great. It looks like a nice functional piece of art, pocket jewelry. For a while, I had that Lion, is it Lion Armory? 100-year patina and Spartan bead. Love that bead, but it was heavier than the tool itself. So it almost made carrying this Rexford R.U.T a little bit of a pain. So I took it off and went ahead and put that Chris Reeve style shoelace, bootlace on there. Trying to get the lighting right here for you. Anyways, I really like this. I use it all the time. Again, it does rattle, but I really like having that blade where I can just cut. You can even see some garbage on there right now. You can see the tip. Maybe you can see the tip is actually broke off this blade. Can you see it? So, you know, it's just a really nice tool to have something that you can go cut sandpaper with. I use this all the time in the shop, and it's just nice to have something like that in your pocket. The blade is so thin, it just cuts anything great. The grip, you wouldn't want to do a big extended cutting session. Like if I had to break down a refrigerator box, I would not reach for this RUT. I would reach for either a nice full-size box cutter if you wanted to use a disposable blade, or a better design knife. You know, that's why we get into the knife hobby, for ergonomics and cool stuff. Oh, my seat. I hit my seat. I got an air seat. So anyways, I like it a lot. I find myself using it all the time. And this little cutout here, no, I'm too high. Alright. You see how this cutout is? I find myself putting my thumb on there as like a point of index. And then usually I'm cutting cardboard. I'll cut the flaps off cardboard boxes for displays and stuff. So again, my thumb just kind of sits right there. And I just cut through whatever I need to cut through. And then to get it down, you hold it up and you kick that little lever and it falls right down. You throw it in your pocket. And then, of course, being Friday, I will probably use that bottle opener. It works great. It's a really nice bottle opener. You know, some bottle openers, especially, I hesitate to call this a novelty bottle opener, but, I mean, I don't think its sole purpose is opening bottles. Sometimes you have to pry. It sounded really bad, but it probably is the sole purpose. I don't know. It's really well designed. It's got a nice little pointy hook on there, and you can lift a cap off in one pull. You know, sometimes they'll only go halfway and they slip off, and you got to twist the bottle a quarter and then, you know, come off maybe, and then you twist it. Possibly if it's a really crappy opener. This, with this nice sharp hook on the back, it's one tug. Boom, done. Really nice tool. I still hesitate to recommend it for $130 some, maybe even more if you can't find them. I'm glad I purchased mine. If I lost it, I would probably want to find another one and purchase it. But it still seems like a lot of money for what you actually get in the end. But it's so useful, it's hard to deny that. Again, it's kind of like the same value as your Strider SnG. Expensive, yes, but when you keep putting it in your pocket and you keep putting it in your pocket and you keep getting use out of them, year after year. Well, this hasn't been tested for years, but I do know the SnG model has, and this particular one has, especially. You know, that's worth something too. So, all right, the rest of the stuff, my Hinderer pen, I can't say anything more that you guys hadn't already heard. It's a great pen. It is so good that even if I bought another pen, I don't carry them for very long. I go right back to this. So it's really rare to find a piece of gear that works so perfectly that it is the perfect piece. And I use this analogy a lot. It's in our hobby, you know, being the knife hobby, it's like, or even the EDC hobby, if I won the lottery, right, I would still have this pen probably in my pocket every day. It's just so compact. It works so well. This Fisher Space Pen refill works beautifully for my needs. We were actually at the pool the other day, and we had to write our name on the beach ball. And this Fisher Space Pen worked great on that blown up rubber ball that was already wet. So it worked. And then the other stuff. Some people don't care about this. Some people do. Here is today's throw, as we call it on Instagram. This is a CLYW yo-yo. It's a Caribou Lodge. An awesome, awesome yo-yo. I probably should do that, but some people are going to get mad, but I really don't care. I should do like a intro, because I've had a few people ask me, like, what's a good starter yo-yo to get myself or their children started. And then maybe some few introductory tricks, because really once you learn 3 or 4 tricks, you can start creating your own. You know, it's like once you learn the man on the trapeze and a few other things, you can start comboing that stuff together, and you can have a lot of fun. I'll do another video on that, because actually Yo-Yo Expert, a site where I buy all my yo-yos, is doing a contest. Why do you yo-yo? And it's something I've been doing since I was 8, 9 years old. You know, I just never stopped. But anyways, I think they're great. They're great for everybody, but especially children. When you can get the hand-eye coordination, the sense of accomplishment, a little bit of creativity, it's just great. Here's my hanky. I've been carrying this. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, I find a lot of use in this, but I think this is gonna be something when the winter comes and I start using pants again. I will have this like in my bag or near my lunch bag or somewhere close to me, but probably not on my person. Or maybe I'll just find a smaller like pocket square, or maybe I'll just cut some of these down and have my mother-in-law, you know, resew the seams or something. But I do find it really useful. But it's mostly useful and easy to carry because I wear cargo pants, not pants. I hate cargo pants. Cargo shorts. So this fits really nice down into your pocket on your side. And of course my wallet, or lack of wallet, my money clip. You guys already seen that a ton. So that's it. Just want to let you know. Also, I did write down some bullet points. Here we go. So that's the EDC portion. My bullet points. I did find 2 more videos for the purge. So I appreciate you guys for checking out those videos and not saying anything too mean on them. They seem to go over okay. They went over pretty well. So I'm going to release the last 2 probably this weekend and have some real cool stuff. I know I keep teasing that, but I really do. That, like, I have the Tom Mayo in hand and a few other knives that are really, really nice. We're going to save that for another video. I have a little rant about Instagram and kind of how I want to make a video on how to get started on Instagram and how you would start following people and finding the knife community on Instagram. So anyways, that'll be for another video. That's it, guys. Thank you for your time. Have a good Friday. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.